We are in Sderot, and this was the place which was worst hit during the 7th October terrorist attack by Hamas people. We are joined by Edith, and she will explain the kind of situation that is currently in city. Okay, so first to just give you some idea, we are still standing on the splattered blood remains, and this is a safe house that was probably also attacked, and many people were dragged out of this house and killed summarily. So, Edith, how would you describe the situation in the city currently?
So right now we have about 4,000 to 5,000 people that stayed in the city. The rest of them have been evacuated, and they're living either with family outside of Sderot or in hotels. The government and the city is providing for them, making sure that they have everything that they need, from mental health support to clothing and food and provisions and anything that they need. And right now we're trying to take care of also, we have people on the ground from the municipality in every hotel, and trying to see if there are any needs that come up, and whatever people need, we're taking care of.
So we know that on 7th of October there was total rampage and mayhem that was done by the terrorists.
Right.
I mean, if you could describe how the situation in the town on that day, how did it all
So what
all
happened
start?
that day?
Yes, of
So
course.
really, it's 6 o'clock in the morning, sirens went off, and when sirens go off, people here know to go into the shelters. Because it was a holiday, people were supposed to be walking, to synagogues that morning, and it's a Saturday. But because of the sirens, people weren't on the streets, thankfully, because the minute that happened, we had a few Jeeps. I do not know if it was 3 or 4 Jeeps, heavily equipped with military and equipment, guns, explosives, you name it. And they just went through town, through the main street, and then they separated into a few streets. One of them came to the police station that we see the remainings of right here, and they took over the police station, and the rest of them were just going around town and killing anyone that they could. Anyone. People were shot in their cars. There was a minibus here with people that were going on a trip for the day. They shot all of them, all 13 people in the cars. They were just running around trying to kill people as they go. The minute the police was able to do something, they did. The minute our security team, the minute they heard anything, gunshots, whatever that was, they put their gear on and they went to the streets to actually look for these terrorists and to have some kind of a face-to-face with them so they can finish them off. But it was brutal. They came very prepared. They knew exactly what they were doing. And the minute they got a hold of the police station, they got the higher ground, and there was a sniper or 2 snipers on the top of the building, and they were really killing anybody around you. Now you can see this is a populated area, so people were stuck in their homes.
Elith, how many hours it took the security forces actually before they could take control of the city entirely?
So it took a long time, because you have to understand the army was surprised as well, and the army was on fighting the front line of the kibbutzim and the moshavim right there. So really in Sderot, by the time we got the help and by the time we got a hold of the situation, roughly 36 hours, which is a very long time to be home and scared. I got a lot of calls from people calling me and saying there are gunshots by my window, there are gunshots in the streets, not knowing if it's soldiers or if it's Hamas. So it was very, very scary.
With the kind of city and the situation, how soon do you think the city can go back to normal? People can come back and they will live.
Listen, I'm not a prophet, and I have no idea what the government is planning. I do know one thing, that the mayor of the city is already planning ahead, and they understand that in order for us to be able to recover, the minute the military operation ends, we have to be prepared for our people. And we're going to do anything and everything that we need to in order to do that. So we're raising funds right now to be able to rebuild our homes. There's so many homes that have been hit, about 74 direct hits into people's homes. Some people have nowhere to go back to, right? So we're going to be able to rebuild it. We're going to be able to give them what they need when it comes to mental health professionals that are in town, anything and everything. And right now they're getting ready for that. So the minute we'll know that the operation or the war is over, then we can start with the recovery
few
piece.
weeks or few days?
We don't know. I think everybody's kind of preparing us for at least a month. Yeah.
So thank you, Eric, for talking
you
to
very
us.
much.
And it may take probably few months before situation would go back to normal. And situation has been pretty bad. We have seen all around the city, the blood-soaked streets, houses, they have been left like that, cars burned. Behind me, you could see there was a police station that used to be here. and what is left of this police station is all that a small puddle of water and rubbles. Those were removed from the site just days before. Now the entire city, it looks ghostly. The cars that were attacked, and they were actually totally damaged. People at home shot dead. It was a day of rest. People are not very hopeful about how soon the normalcy will return in the city, but they do hope that probably it will take few weeks or few months before the situation could be as safe and secure that people who have fled from the city would be returning back to their home. Meanwhile, the entire city and the perimeter of the city has been taken over by the Israeli Defense Forces. Tanks, artilleries being fired, Israeli jets also flying over Gaza and dropping ammunition or missiles targeting Hamas locations. 2,400 or more than that people in Palestine, in Gaza, they have also been killed. Swiftly shifting towards the humanitarian crisis that is emerging in the Gaza Strip because of the number of casualty that has been going on there. Humanitarian crisis that has emerged, food supplies shortage, medical supplies shortage, doctors having been killed, children having been killed. So the gory images of Israeli Israeli tragedy, and that is where the balance of geopolitics remains. We'll have to see whether the Israeli offensive will continue on the Gaza Strip or the diplomacy will take center stage.
Let's go.